It's official, the 2023 Social Security Cost of Living Adjustment, otherwise known as COLA raise, has been announced. I have all the details and the exact numbers you want to know right here in the video, so let's get right into it. Alright, just moments ago, the Social Security Administration announced the 2023 Cost of Living Adjustment, otherwise known as COLA raise, which is going to reach about 70 million beneficiaries. Already this morning, we've got a couple very important announcements, including the inflation data for the month of September, and then shortly thereafter, just moments later, we got the announcement out of Social Security for this huge announcement. So I want to talk through all the details of both of these reports because they are both very important. So let's jump into it and talk about all the details and exactly what you need to know. However, really fast before we do, thank you so much for joining me. Please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, as I am your one and only daily advocate. I'm watching all of this information very closely. I'm breaking it all down into these short videos, and I truly want to help you out in any way that I possibly can. So again, if you're new here or if you haven't done so, please subscribe down below. I'm bringing you all this information as it's hitting the wire, just like the announcement out of Social Security, and there's going to be a lot of other big announcements over the coming days, weeks, and the next few months. So again, I'm here for you in any way that I can be. Please again, subscribe down below, and let's get into it and talk about the very important numbers. Honestly, possibly the most important number that we've all been waiting for throughout the entire year this year, and it was just announced. All right, so let me take just a minute here and talk about the September inflation data that was just released prior to the number out of Social Security, because I want to break this down because this is going to lead us to what's actually going to be happening going forward over the coming weeks and months with the Federal Reserve and everything else right now. So the inflation data for the month of September was just released as represented by the CPI, Consumer Price Index. Well, we were anticipating it was going to go down a little bit. Well, to be fair, it did go down a teeny tiny bit. Now, last month, the last inflation number came in at 8.3%. That was for the headline number for inflation for the month of August. Well, now today, we just got the inflation number for the month of September, and it was a headline number of 8.2%. So it went down 0.1%. I mean, seriously, that is not going down very much, right? Well, here's the thing. Inflation still came in much hotter than they were anticipating. That is the headline number. However, when we remove food and energy, it still went up month over month, 0.6%. So inflation is still rising. Even though the headline number looks like it's going down, it's not. Inflation is still very hot right now. This is not a good situation. So I'm going to jump into this in greater detail in a separate video, but I wanted to give you that inflation data just so you have a reference point. Now, here's the thing too. Now, with this latest inflation reading that we just got this morning, just a short time ago, there's a couple different things we need to pay attention to. The one that we want to watch very closely is the CPIW, Consumer Price Index for Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers. Now, that is the one that indicates the raise for Social Security. In July, it was 9.1%. Very important, the first number that we got. August, it was 8.7%. Again, number 2. Now today, we got number 3, which is all the pieces of the puzzle that we need to calculate how much the COLA will be for 2023. You ready for it? Here it is. The official number out of Social Security is 8.7%. That is official. This is not speculation. This is not a number that we're guessing. This is the official announcement out of Social Security. Next year, in 2023, Social Security benefits for about 70 million beneficiaries receiving Social Security retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, SSI, and VA benefits will all increase by 8.7%. Now, this is the 4th largest raise in the history of Social Security. This is the largest raise that we've seen since 1981, when it was a little over 11%. So 42 years ago, by the time that this actually goes into effect, 42 years ago was the last time we saw a raise anywhere near this high, right? So again, major important stuff right now. So again, I want to reiterate this. I know over the last few months here, we've been talking about different speculations as far as what the number could be, different, projections and all kinds of things like this. This is not a projection. This is the official number, just announced by the Social Security Administration. It's written in stone at this point. Once Social Security makes this announcement, that's it. It's official. So this is no longer needed to be speculated. We don't need to guess anymore. We don't need to predict. We don't need to look at our crystal ball. We don't need to, make all these estimations. This is the official number, 8.7%. Now, let me throw this out there for you as well. I'm happy with the number. The number is looking pretty good. 8.7% is a very nice, healthy raise. However, at the end of the day, and I'm going to be honest with you right now, I'm still feeling like a little bit disappointed by the number. I feel like it should be significantly higher. Now, here's the thing. Let me ask you, is real inflation right now that you're dealing with at the store every time you go to buy groceries or literally go out to buy anything, are we really seeing inflation at 8.7%? I mean, let's just be real for a second. It's significantly higher than that, especially for the low income and fixed income. We know that the spending patterns of the low income and fixed income is very different than those people that are not fixed income beneficiaries. I've talked about it in previous reports. For example, food is up about 14% year over year. Healthcare costs over 20% year over year. Well, what do fixed income beneficiaries spend the most of their money on? Yeah, food, shelter, and again, healthcare. So again, you can see here very closely that real inflation is significantly higher than 8.7%. Now, again, I still want to be grateful for what we're getting and everything like that. But at the end of the day, I still feel like, this doesn't really reflect the real living expenses of fixed income beneficiaries. This does not really reflect the real expenses and the real increases in actual prices out at stores that all of us are experiencing. Now, at the end of the day, it could have been a lot worse. I mean, seriously, we could be looking at 5%. We could be looking at 6%. We could be looking at 1.3% like what we saw last year, or we could be looking at 5.9% like what we got this year. So at the end of the day, I don't want to sit here and act like, it's bad. It's not that bad, but I just feel like it should be a lot better. I mean, it should be like 11, 12, 14%. I mean, seriously, that is where real inflation is right now for the vast majority of people that we are actually spending out there on real things, right? But again, I don't want to sit here and be like, it's the worst thing in the world. 8.7% is still very, very good. So your benefits will be increasing by 8.7%. Pretty nice, okay? It is still pretty nice. Again, like I said, the biggest raise that we've seen since 1981. So, I mean, that's a very long time ago, right? Anyway, this is what's going on right now. Of course, this just hit the wire a short time ago. We've been waiting for this number for a very, very long time now. We finally just got it, the highly anticipated number we've been talking about literally all year long. We've been watching this inflation banging around, and honestly, this inflation is not doing anything very fast here. So it just peaked out in June at 9.1%, and now here we are at 8.2%. So in however many months that is, what is that, 4 months or whatever it's been so far, we're looking at inflation going from 9.1 to 8.2%. So in that amount of time, we've looked at inflation go down 0.9%. Now, here's one more thing that I want to throw out there, and I'm going to let you go after this, is this much. Now that this inflation is still very hot, it's almost a guarantee that the Federal Reserve is going to raise interest rates by another 75 basis points with their next meeting in about 3 weeks. It's pretty much a guarantee at this point. This inflation is still relentlessly high. And again, their efforts of them raising interest rates by 75 basis points over their last 3 meetings has done nothing. It's done virtually nothing to this inflation. Inflation should be down significantly more than what it is. 0.9% by raising interest rates collectively over the last 4, 5, 6 months that the Federal Reserve has been raising interest rates, raising them up several percentage points has only brought down inflation 0.9%. You got to be kidding me. It's just not working right now, right? Anyway, this is the last report that we needed in order to calculate the COLA, and we've got it. The COLA is in the books right now, 8.7%. It is written in stone. That's what it will be for 2023. There will not be any changes to this. That is written in stone. Social Security said it, and it's official. 8.7% COLA for 2023. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that for now. I'm going to come back in other videos, and I'm going to break this down in greater detail. There's a lot to talk about here. We've got a lot to digest with this, a lot to discuss with these details. So I'm going to come back and discuss that all in separate videos. Anyway, hope you're doing well. This just hit the wire. I hope you're having a nice day so far. Good morning, by the way. So I was going to do a live stream right away as this number was being released. But again, I thought realistically, probably not that many people are awake at, 7:30 a.m., 8:30 a.m., 5:30 a.m. over on the West Coast. I mean, seriously. Anyway, just wanted to bring this to you. Hope you're having a nice day so far. I'll catch you again soon in the next video. Have a nice day, and make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Also, share this video with your friends, family, social media. If you know some people that receive fixed income benefits, share this video with them. And of course, go back and check out some of the other thousands and thousands of videos here on the channel. Until next time, have a nice day, and I'll catch you again soon.